Hello, this is Lillian Touma, and I'm going to be presenting the prototype for my game, Withering Trust. This game is a survival and mystery visual novel that's been made in an interactive narrative format. So to create this prototype, I used Twine. This is the starting, starting screen of the game. There's the logo, and there's also music in the beginning. Okay, I'm just going to mute that just for now. And so basically, players are going to be playing as Ophelia, the female main character, just in this prototype, since I couldn't create an entire, like all the other passages for the male character as well in the time limit we've been given. So for this prototype, I'm just going to be using the perspective of Ophelia, the female MC. So basically, players in this game are going to be making choices. The main mechanics of the game is decision making, and so the choices that the players make are going to impact what happens next. And so in the beginning of the story, the female MC is getting ready to meet her boyfriend's parents. Here, that was a little bit loud, but I've put, so basically she's going down to the car on the stairs, and so I've put an audio for like the footsteps and also an image. So that's the image of the mansion, and so they get to the mansion, and it's the door of the mansion, and then now they get to the mansion, and she meets the parents. Oh, sorry about that. So they meet the parents, and so now they invite her to dinner for the next day, and so players get to choose what they would, if they would like to go or not go. Now, both of these options are going to result in the same outcome. A few of the options in the beginning of the game, players are going to have to choose from them. There's like maybe 2 or 3, and these options don't exactly have an impact on what happens next. This is just in the beginning, just so players can like feel like they're interacting in the story and they're not just reading. So they're actually engaging with the events and with the characters. And so if you would say that would be lovely, this would be the next passage. But if the player chose the other option, it would have basically the same outcome but a different dialogue. And so this is the next day, and so she comes back again to the mansion, and here there was kind of cut off in the beginning, but there was crowd, like an audio for like a crowd, because basically she's gotten to the mansion, there's a lot of people, and so I thought that I should put, audio for the crowd so it feels a little more realistic. And so she meets new people. She meets Luna and her cousin and Luna's boyfriend, basically, and they become great friends. So here, each option's going to have a different dialogue, but the same outcome. So that one has this outcome, and the other option would have a different dialogue. Same outcome, but different dialogue. And basically, Mrs. Gray, who's the mother of the MC's boyfriend, she raises a toast now. And as you can see, it was like a bang audio as well. And now there's silence. And bang again, the lights are back. And so everyone's confused. And they see that Mrs. Gray is actually dead on the ground. And obviously her son panics. And you go to comfort him. And then there's chaos everywhere. And obviously her husband, Mr. Gray, is very mad. And he locks everyone in the mansion. And so now both of these, again, they will have different dialogue, which is like fireplace audio, like a fire crackling audio, just to, again, to be a little more realistic. And if I go back, the other option would have a different dialogue. So yeah, you go and you see Luna and her cousin, and you end up in the hallway. Both of the other option is also gonna. So you end up in the hallway, and the other option is also gonna end up in the hallway. And so as you pass by, there's a door. It creaks open, and so you step, and you can't really see what's inside. But then you hear a scream. So players get to choose if they enter the black room or they go check who screamed. If you enter the black room, you will get to Mrs. Gray's office, and you'll see, some horrible things written on her desktop, and then you have 3 options to fix it. Now these options do change what happens next. So if you try to fix it, this will happen. It works, and then you see the photo gallery, and then you see some photos, and that's about it for that one, just for now, for the prototype. And if you want to go show someone what you found, you leave the hallway, but you feel like someone's watching you. So that's what happens if you choose that option. And the third option, if you want to hide the evidence for now, this is what happens. Basically something completely different than the other 2 options. And that's about it for here. But if you choose to actually check who screamed, so you'll end up in the hallway again with the music, but I just want to mute the music just for now. It's the same music as the other one, and so when you go to the room, you see, Luna's cousin, and she's fixing her makeup and whatever. And so now you roll your eyes in frustration and you leave the room, but before you leave, like you go to leave the room, and then you get choices to ignore the smell, turn around to check what's making the smell, or you ask, her cousin about the smell. And so each of these options is going to have a whole different, outcome. So this is what happens to that one. If you choose this option, and the third option,